Hello, 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 GSA, and welcome to the Nonstop 70-Star Tournament Bronze Match. I am one of your commentators, Electric, and here with my co-commentators, Simply, we've got JMillGaming in the call with us for a pre-race interview. So, JMill, how are you feeling today?
Yes. I gotta give the same reaction to both, you know.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm feeling all right. I'm a little drowsy. Just woke up from a nappy boy before Simp messaged me, but you know.
Okay,
A
so
little bit of a sleepy boy, a little 30-minute power nap.
is your head in the game though? That's the most important question.
I'd say my butt's more in the game than anything. but
Wow.
That's the most important thing.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
Because if your butt's in the
Definitely.
game, your heart's in the game.
That's what my dad always said to me. Awesome.
Really? I think mine too. Or it
Really?
may have just been something like, I don't know, just get your ass in the game. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, you can get them confused sometimes, but something about asses and games. Definitely a thing. And definitely what's going on today, the bronze match, who determines who gets third and fourth place respectively. It has been quite a bopping tournament, and I believe this is the final match of it all. So I hope you guys are ready. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Electric, before we get into this thing?
I can't really think of anything. I'm just ready to see some Nonstop.
Okay. Well, on that note, JMill, good luck, sir. We'll catch you on the other side. Do us proud. JMill Monka in person. Might not be ready for game one, but it is a best of 3, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Good luck out there, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, so how are you feeling, Electric? Do you think JMill can take it, or do you think toastrider's just going to wipe the floor with him?
I think it's going to be closer than some people think. We've definitely seen a lot of crazy stuff in this tournament, and so I think it'd be pretty assumatory, if that's even a word, to try to say who's going to win immediately. I definitely think JMill's got a huge shot here, especially from that last race. Oh, so close of a finish right there. It's definitely, he was only that little butt tap away from getting to the finals, so I definitely think we're going to see an impressive showing from JMill.
Yeah, I think you can do it. But, you know, you can't really sleep on toastrider. The pioneer of Nonstop 70-Star, got it all started, was the world record holder for a long time. And, you know, this old dinosaur's still got some tricks. This old bag of bones can make the guy move. But we'll just have to see it in action.
No doubt on that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but toastrider faced Triforce TK in his semifinal match, correct?
That sounds about right. But I'm going to double check just to make sure. Don't want to spread any false rumors. That would be very, you know, not nice. Looking at the bracket, we actually see that toastrider did indeed face Triforce and got 2-0'd.
And meanwhile, JMill, that 2-0 versus Liam Kings, the surprise upset of the tournament. So definitely, I really think it's hard to call this one beforehand. We really just have to get into the game and see what these guys are bringing to the table today.
Definitely. No doubt about that. Both these players trying to get ready, but, you know, with Nonstop, you have to use a Game Shark, and it's very hard to work yourself around a Game Shark, but it looks like they are getting ready, and we are about to count her down.
Both players on that file select screen, and we've got the countdown, and
We are in motion. Very shortly here, we will be seeing the action right before our very eyes. toastrider versus JMillGaming. Nonstop 70-Star, and right off to the bat, JMillGaming. No
getting
Lakitu
that
skip.
ledge grab on Lakitu skip. That's easily a killer on that trick right there. Just get a little bit too far to the left, and ooh, even getting the ground pound after.
Rubbing it
JMill
in.
entering the castle as toastrider enters BOB.
Yeah, not the way you want to start a Nonstop 70. It is a pretty short category. Clocking in at around 30 minutes. That's about, what, maybe 12 seconds lost, 13-ish. Well, we'll see how he deals with it. I feel like that's the most important part when players make mistakes, is how you bounce back.
Oh, no doubt about that. You really can't expect to get everything right in a race like this, so it's really about how you deal with the things that go wrong. Meanwhile, both of our racers getting a beautiful bomb clip and heading into Wump's Fortress for some really awesome action. They're going to be visiting this course twice since the course layout does change for the second star. And you will be seeing a different Owlus strat than if you're used to watching standard 70-star runs. toastrider looks like he's starting off with cannonless, doing the sock folder setup, very reliable,
Classic.
safe. You just can't go wrong with that.
Oh, apparently you can, though. toastrider missing it, and Steve O'Broil with a reset for 5 months in a row. Welcome back to the Clock Club. toastrider, impromptu Womps 100 here, I guess.
Meanwhile, JMill getting started on his Womps 100, going ahead and collecting that shoot the cannon star. Getting a decent cycle on that platform.
Nothing going that well here in 100 for Toast. We could actually see the sweep here. JMillGaming catching up, getting a nice cannonless. toastrider still needs to do cannonless, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So when do you think he's going to do that? Coming back in?
I would kind of think so, or if not then, at some point after he gets rid of Womp, towards the end of his 100 coin route.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't really get that close to that part of the stage throughout the rest of this route, so definitely going to be a bit of a time loss for him to have to go back for that.
For sure.
Not like normal 70 where you can just go for the backup star, re-enter the stage, and just try again.
Yeah, definitely not. The only thing about doing it coming back in that I'm not a huge fan of is there is going to be a tower, and the tower does cause a lot of lag. So toastrider will be paying for that, and that does look like he's okay with paying.
Missing the star. Gotta go back to grab him.
Yeah, slight miss there. Hard to tell who's in the lead right now, but I'm pretty sure JMillGaming has made up some time. And, oh, toastrider having to come for the Piranha Plant over here, costing even more time. And breaking a box. Man, he's just going back and forth, zigzagging.
And while JMill finishing up his first trip, going to take his first intentional death of the run.
Yeah, definitely taking the lead here. Okay, and toastrider's still in here. What? Pausing, thinking about what he's doing with his life, and deciding to leave. So this is, I mean, I don't really, it's not the most unexpected thing. I don't know how much toastrider's been doing nonstop, but getting a little bit confused. It is game one. JMillGaming coming back quicker than I expected.
I'm definitely thinking he really didn't expect to miss cannonless, especially with that sock folder setup.
Yeah, that really hit him hard, and it seemed to have clocked his head. Looking a little bit discombobulated here in Womps. Is down a star. I guess he's... Okay, this is now when he's going to get it. Okay.
Definitely the least time loss, I would say. Meanwhile, JMill entering the Princess's Secret Slide. Chat, throw your guesses up. I'm going to go ahead and go with a, based on JMill's past performance, a 12-8. What about you, Simply?
Okay. I'm thinking that he might possibly get a 12.9. That's just what I'm thinking. And a 12.9, here we go.
Very accurate guesses here. Simp, obviously, with that script right in front of him. Meanwhile, toastrider entering Dark World after getting through Wump's Fortress. Gonna go ahead and save that secret slide for a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm actually a fan of toastrider's route. I think getting Dark World out of the way early on is definitely a good move because it's scary, right? It's really dark. There's a lot of fire, and Bowser's there. And you might as well take care of Bowser before you take care of Princess Peach's secret slide. That's just how I feel.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And I mean, Dark World too, it just frazzles you because the whole time you're wondering what on earth that is in the background. It looks kind of like stalactites covered in some mustard gas or something. I'm not really sure.
That's pretty good, actually. I think definitely what is it? Stalactites or stalagmites?
I think it's a combination of both. Ooh! At the very end of Dark World 2. Fortunately not missing a cycle, but it is going to cost him.
He almost slipped right off there. That was a little scary. But he's good. He's in the pipe. He's got some business to deal with. Briefcase has been brought to work today. Unfolding, showing Bowser the paperwork, and sending him to the door. Or the bomb, whatever you prefer.
Just barely nudging him in there, but nudging him in nonetheless. Meanwhile, JMill taking a zap. That's going to cost his Shigeru cycle. He was definitely having a good Dark World up until that point, I'd have to say.
Yeah, gonna shock some battery life out of his system. Might need to go to the nearest charging station if he wants to keep it up. We'll see what he chooses to do, though.
going ahead and entering his own Bowser fight, opting for not pressing that stair switch. Is it faster to go with the stairless route or stairs? I seem to see a bit of both from a lot of runners.
Yeah, it's kind of just whatever happens. It's like where your position is when you wall kick. It doesn't really matter. I would like to be knowing for sure, but I'm pretty sure the time difference, if any, is very minimal.
Right on, and just like that, JMill is also right on with his Bowser throw, while toastrider entering the CCM slide, going ahead and starting his 100 coin route. I don't know about you, Simp, but I personally really love CCM and Nonstop 70 because you really get to see this whole new route through the course. You're able to use the slide for 100 coin while still going through all the stars at the bottom of the course. It's just, I think is really wholesome. Meanwhile, JMill going ahead and going for Sky Jump since he does have the requisite stars to get wing cap and has gotten it.
Yes,
which we did
does.
not say, but very nice wing cap from JMill. No misses. Seem to be flying in some pretty good arcs. And of course, Sky Jump, just clean as butter.
Yeah, looking like a real pilot out there, and I definitely agree. Cool Mountain, it's like the first really what feels like a non-stop stage. The other ones kind of follow a similar route. It's just like, oh, they happen to be non-stop on the way. But it's mostly the same routes that we've seen. But look at this. This is my favorite part. This triple jump wall kick, but toastrider not getting the triple jump wall kick that he wanted. Having to come up here. Oh,
It looked like the triple jump didn't even come out for some reason.
yeah, there's a weird slope there. It's actually a harder trick than it looks like because you have to be wary of your positioning.
Definitely. And this game is definitely one where you have to really know what exact incline you're on at all times because the line between floor and wall sometimes starts to blur.
Definitely. And, okay, toastrider struggling to open his eyes and look into the sky.
Let's go ahead and see if he struggles with those coins too. Gets the twins pretty handily, although a little bit of sloppy flying, it looks like.
Grabbing
Just
those
barely
twins.
nicking that 5 and 6 hitbox. Gets all of his coins pretty handily. Not much time lost to JMill on his wing cap, if any.
Yeah, and JMill actually had a super nice rollout, taking advantage of the fact that if you do a first frame rollout, you keep the speed you had going into it. It's really nice. toastrider, our boy, heading to Big Boo's Haunt. Now, their routes are actually pretty different here.
No doubt about that, but I think once they get down to the basement, we'll see overall a convergence. Meanwhile, JMill getting that triple jump wall kick immediately, saving a good few seconds above toastrider. Not that he really needs them. He's definitely a bit more in the driver's seat despite the route difference. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because considering the intro, I just felt like JMill was going to be down, you know, it'd be in his head a little bit and just making some mistakes, but has been playing really solid besides those early mistakes on Lakitu skip. Yeah, he's looking good. toastrider, it seems like he's finding his way right now. Feeling around, looking for a path, an answer, popping the red pill.
I almost wonder if JMill failing Lakitu skip maybe forced him to kind of sober up and just get more focused generally.
Co-commentator, assuming that JMillGaming was not sober, might be true. JMill, you know, on the voice chat, probably popped a couple beans. Both commentators now assuming drug use, performance-enhancing drugs. That's a DQ.
GSA will definitely be implementing drug testing procedures in the future based on this commentary. Meanwhile, toastrider with that nice MIPS grab going into LLL. LLL is definitely one that benefits a lot in Nonstop. It really looks like an Odyssey level at a point.
Yeah, LLL, another solid one. You just do a big circle. A big little circle-y tour around the entire map, and it flows really well. None of it looks awkward.
Oh no, not at all. And it's so amazing how a lot of it really fits in pretty well with that 100 coin route on this stage. A little bit of a burn there, but that's okay.
Oh, missing the red. He did take advantage of the second burn, which didn't work too badly against him, but missing that red will hurt you. Ledge grab. I feel like the cycle might be off for the great here after toastrider goes to the bullies, but I guess we'll find out.
Definitely. And even if it's not messed up, we have seen a number of players struggle with these 3 bullies right here. And toastrider is no exception. A little bit of a bobble, but overall pretty clean bullies.
Oh, he might be missing that star. Yeah, he's going to have to go back for the star.
And that's going to cost him that great cycle, unfortunately.
No, still, yeah, still able to make it. Oh, but that angle, not even close. Not even close.
Avoiding that burn on the grate, but getting a burn nonetheless. Meanwhile, JMill going into the pyramid, having a nice SSL so far.
Yeah, so toastrider actually not even going to shifting sandland. JMill missing that secret, and now he's stuck in the sand. Does he know the backup? Okay. Oh, okay.
Very nice backup there. That ledge is so thin. I've seen players try to do a side flip on there, and it's definitely hard to get just that little bit of room you need to get Mario to do that side flip.
Yeah, it's not a lot of wiggle room. Definitely not a position that you want to be in, but JMillGaming handling it quite well. toastrider heading into Hazy Maze Cave. We'll see if JMill can pick up any time over toastrider here. Did make a couple of mistakes in Lethal Lava Land. That JMill very well could capitalize on to yield himself a little bit bigger of a lead here in Game 1. What do you think, Electric?
I think we will see definitely... I'm thinking LLL will be a bit of a decider. And I mean, JMill has a little bit of room for mistakes that toastrider's left him. And seeing the star count, I mean, toastrider does still have to do SSL.
Busting that box. toastrider resorting to desperate measures. Works out.
Ooh, and JMill missing that coin too.
toastrider's in the water.
Ow! Move! Falling down the slope again.
All right, he's in there. He's on there. And no button press. It is not looking too good for Toast. Really struggling to string some solid stars together.
Definitely. Meanwhile, JMill going ahead and going for those triple bullies. He can definitely save a pretty solid chunk of time here with a good... Ooh, that bully just not even noticing him, not caring, deciding to get out of his bullying ways. He's taken an anger management class, and he's not having anything to do with it anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Just kind of walking away from the situation, Mario having to provoke him quite a bit before finally resorting back to his old ways. JMillGaming going for the ground pound, but instead getting his booty blasted by the lava. And now here we are.
It's really interesting how we're seeing a lot of the same mistakes on this level from both players. Fortunately, Lava Boost does go well for JMill, and as long as the closer of this level goes well, he's definitely still in pretty good shape. Meanwhile, toastrider pulling off a nice 12-7 on the slide, while JMill goes ahead and exits. So this is something I thought was really interesting in toastrider's race with Triforce. He actually does SSL late rather than HMC late. And so, ooh, right now we actually see the routes converge-ish, but you do have to remember HMC is a little bit shorter of a stage than SSL and Nonstop, so definitely I think JMill has a bit of an advantage here. We'll see how both of them handle DDD, because just that front sub and a lot of the other stuff that happens in DDD can definitely throw off a lot of runners, as we've seen.
Yeah, you'd think it wouldn't be that bad. On the surface, it looks pretty simple. Not a lot going on. But it's really the angles that you go at the things. Typically, players aren't used to getting the Jetstream star with the sub in there, and then going to front sub from the Jetstream is also kind of weird. Now, we see toastrider going for the chest star here, and I think that's to replace the Bob-omb Battlefield star number 2. He does not go back into Bob-omb Battlefield, if I recall correctly.
I think you're right on that one for sure, because I do remember in toastrider's race with Triforce, there was definitely some back and forth as far as whether he would be doing TTC 100, but after seeing SSL late, we realized that that wasn't going to be the case. JMill going ahead and doing a bit extra lining up for a front sub, and it does pay off, grabbing that star pretty handily. Thankfully, these guys are not having to deal with DDD 100.
Yeah, DDD 100, a real pain in the behind. Can be very difficult. toastrider, nice star grab. It's a lot harder than it looks, actually, getting that star. Another ground pound from JMillGaming. He is obsessed. Might have to go to the ground pound doctor to get his problem diagnosed. toastrider with a nice front sub. And Fire C, another big one here. What's going to happen?
JMill off to a pretty nice start, looks like. We've seen a lot of racers have issues with both the corner red coin up here and that red coin underneath the elevator. So very clean right there. So far in line for early LEs.
That side. Oh! No triple jump.
That's definitely going to cost him a bit of time. We'll see what he manages to make out of that situation.
Yeah, should still be able to make the early cycle. Oh, that angle, though, that is no good. No wall kick. And look at this. That's a pause. He is not happy about that. Toastrider right now can pass him.
Easily. If he manages to get early LEs, that is a huge chunk of time saved on Toastrider's part.
So I think what happened there is he realized he wasn't going to make it and slipping on the slope. You don't want to be doing that. It looks like Toastrider also might not be able to make the cycle. No, not saving any time over JMill. That was his chance. And I don't know if JMill takes this game. I think that is the reason right there. The Fire Sea slip-ups from both
I can
players.
definitely agree with you. Ooh, but then, that bonk.
Taking a huge bonk through the hole. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm definitely glad the lava was down right there. If it would have been up, it would have been just a huge atrocity. He'd be sitting at a single wedge of health right now, and that's definitely not somewhere you want to be going into a Bowser fight, especially at the end of such a pretty long and technical stage.
Indeed, indeed. And here we are. Bowser throw time. Winding it up. Nice throw from JMillGaming. See what Toastrider's got in his back pocket. Really can't afford to be missing this throw or anything of that nature.
And he goes for the windup, and it is a hit. JMill going ahead and starting his upstairs with Wet Dry World. Man, I really love Wet Dry World in Nonstop too, because unlike in standard 70 star, you don't really have the opportunity to change the water level with the painting like you do. So it definitely requires a bit of creative and strategic routing in order to compensate for the fact that some stars are just not at the water level you're used to.
That's actually a really good point. Fortunately, there's that warp helps you get up there, and then everything else is pretty linear. Just works out pretty well in Wet Dry World.
And that intentional burn there, definitely fast, but also a bit risky for JMill. Any sort of damage, and he's going to have to definitely do some routing on the fly since he's gotten a couple of stars from this stage already.
Imagine, Matt. Wait, I don't know. Can you? I'm pretty sure you can die from those things, but they only do 1 damage. I want to say.
And he just got really lucky and grabbed that coin just before the hit. Man, that was close.
Yeah, that was a little spooky. Okay, so JMill actually breaking that box right now. We typically see players go right up here and then go and break the box. I wonder what he's got planned. Shoutouts to McCready for the reset for 4 months in a row. Welcome back to the Prime Club Clock Club. All right, taking a second to line it up. And that's good.
Getting a great jump there. Definitely not going to have too hard of a time reaching the elevators.
Yeah, I like that little booty slide he did. I don't know if that was intentional, but it worked out.
Ooh, definitely.
Ooh, Toastrider flexing. A little speed kick. JMill with the speed punch up to the door. You don't see that every day. Another punch.
No, sir. You don't.
I don't think that was a speed punch, though.
Seemed a little bit slow from my end, too. We see him going into THI right now. Both of these guys. Looks like Toastrider made up a little bit of his time loss in Wet Dry World, especially by avoiding that zapper. Meanwhile, Simply, it appears, is taking apart a Nintendo 64 on the stream.
I had it muted on stream, but yeah, commentator also, you know, enjoying a nice pizza, but wrapping it up and tossing it in the garbage. Nice secrets from both players. Actually, one of the scariest parts of Upstairs and Tiny Huge Island, the secrets. They can be really brutal, but both players not letting it happen.
Not even so much as a small bobble from these guys, and that's definitely a star that's done people in before, even caused a couple of deaths.
Bobble.
Nice plucks here.
Could you expand on bobble?
Well, yeah, you know, like, just not quite a huge mistake, but just a little bit of sloppiness. You know, it's almost like you got a little marble on a table, and you just see it, like, wiggle a little bit. You know, a little bobble.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I really like that. Bobble. Bobbling boys out here. No, actually not bobbling boys. Not even a bobble.
Anti-bobbling league, ABL, right here.
This is what the league is planned for GSA. Just bobbling league. Nothing more, nothing less.
And somehow Toast Rider, through a few less bobbles, has actually managed to reclaim the lead.
Yeah, Toast Rider, no bobbles, and JMillGaming might be sipping from a bottle. Toast Rider taking some time from his clock. But like you said, Toast Rider is going to be doing Shifting Sandland after Snowman's Land. And we will be seeing Hazy Maze Cave from JMillGaming, which is indeed a little bit quicker if done right. But I'm not sure how much quicker. I guess we'll find out.
JMill can definitely save a Ooh, and punching that poor Toad that just wants to give him a star.
Yeah,
poor guy.
That was a little mean. A little unnecessary from JMillGaming, but what are you going to do?
And I mean, looking at the course he's about to go into, I can definitely see that frustration. Tall Mountain has been a big source of frustration for a lot of our runners in this tournament.
Yeah, and it doesn't really feel like it should be. To me, I mean, I haven't done it. Okay, JMillGaming, lots of ledge grabs. Toast Rider trying to wall kick up, and he's sliding down. This is not looking good. Toast Rider actually might have the lead. I don't really know. Doing the reverse route.
I'm thinking the amount of time he just lost there, and especially with stuff like that right there, definitely a bit of a slow backup. I'm thinking Toast Rider's definitely claimed the lead by this point, if just by a couple of seconds.
Yeah, nothing huge, but certainly in the realm of possibility. Toast Rider just through sheer execution and power and might. The agility on this man, the nimble fingers, moving the buttons, clickety-clack. He's back. Toast Rider in the house. Okay, JMillGaming, not quite in the house. He's in the front porch, ringing the doorbell, but nobody answering the door.
They probably think he's a telemarketer or something similar, which, damn shame right there.
Yeah.
But pulling off the end of Tall Mountain pretty well, going for the slide star right now, while Toast Rider enters Snowman's Land. And now this is one that we've seen a lot of players have a lot of trouble with, especially on the Snowman's Head.
Yeah, I feel like I see a lot of trouble coming down after Snowman's Head. Like this part right now that Toast is doing, that slide, he makes it look so easy. Beautiful execution.
Ooh, and not even needing to dive off that slope. Ooh, that was beautiful execution from Toast Rider.
That was some good stuff. Toast Rider is in his element. Seems to have prepared himself. He's in the zone, if you will. And JMill taking another fall, stuck in the snow. Can't get anything going. Ooh!
That's what he just cannot get on that head.
Oh, and now getting pushed by the snow triangles. Toast Rider with an absolutely beautiful bully kill. And JMill still trying to get up here. He can't. All right.
Finally, the backup works for him.
Wow.
Very nice there, but
that hurts.
he really needs to get this. Ooh, and I'm not sure.
Okay.
Not even needing to dive at all there. JMill definitely recovering at least a little bit there. Man, if you want to miss that jump, I pretty well would have said it may have all been over, but definitely still has a fighting chance. Meanwhile, Toast Rider has traded out his training wheels for a Ferrari, it appears, and is in that driver's seat gunning it.
Ooh! Yeah, but appears to have hit a speed bump, and the cops are in the back. Wee woo, wee woo. Mips cannot be caught. There we go. Man, spaghetti flying at all angles. I need a helmet or something. A strainer. Give me the colander.
And especially the muscle memory kicking in, making him think he actually grabbed Mips. That definitely... Ooh, and a bonk trying to get into SSL.
Yeah, I wonder how this is going to affect his Shifting Sandland, right? Because it's about how they bounce back. What's going through Toast Rider's head after that mess? Here he is. All right.
Good execution so far. See if he's able to land on the pillar. Nice. Now, is he going to go for the... He's going for the quicksand strap.
Big boy strats. He's got his big boy boots on. Strapped up. Ready to go.
Breaks off the top of that pyramid. Overall, looks like pretty clean execution, especially if he's able to get that third secret, unlike JMill in the pyramid. Meanwhile, JMill going ahead and starting his own HMC, getting a little bit of better luck with Mips, and Toast Rider does get that third secret, saves a lot of time on JMill, a good 7 or 8 seconds due to the backup he had to do. And he's nearly done with SSL, so I think it's safe to say Toast Rider has a pretty commanding lead at the moment.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to be this big, but it mostly seemed like it came from that Snowman's Land fiasco. JMill taking the time to figure out this angle. And that's not even it. Oh, that's rough.
Just cannot get the slide. The boulder RNG making a fool of him, barely managing to not get hit. Meanwhile, Toastrider going into Tippy. We'll see how he handles Reset Ride. We have seen a number of deaths here in this tournament. JMill just cannot get any love from the boulders. And he's going to start sliding down. He manages to recover. Let's see if he's finally able to get that star. Amazing emergency exit. Just struggling.
Yeah, really an understatement. JMillGaming on a triumphant journey through Hazy Maze Cave to try and get up to that platform. Finally does it. But Toastrider making moves. And he
can't even get the triple box jump after. JMill has gone from riding the struggle bus to being the driver of the struggle bus today, children.
He is the struggle bus. This is the struggle train. I don't know what's worse. He's the epitome of struggle right here. JMillGaming, no button press. He's really gonna need to clean up his act. Grab the mop, grab the soap, and just make it happen.
Meanwhile, it looks like Toastrider is getting a pretty solid cruiser crossing. Let's see how he handles this cannon over here. Ooh! Getting the swag out with that side flip being pushed by the breeze into the cannon slot.
Yeah, and a bonk to boot. Toastrider riding the toast, to say the least.
No doubt about that. Just needs a couple more stars to finish up this reset ride, and we do see one of the harder little areas right here. He's going to have to take a pretty... Ooh! Taking a little bit of a momentum loss there, but it's okay. He's able to make it successfully to the star and goes ahead and takes the death after. We see a lot of runners
follow.
Right, no doubt. Meanwhile, JMill just starting reset ride. Really, Toastrider's either going to have to make some major mistakes in TTC or in Bowser in the Sky in order for JMill to really be in this still. Otherwise, game one is pretty much set.
Yeah, it was looking like it was in JMill's court there for a while, but made the decision to take it out of his court and put it into Toastrider's court. So hopefully JMill doesn't take Toastrider to court, because that would be a shame. Okay.
Absolutely.
Toastrider falling down, though. This is what JMill needs. A couple more slip-ups like that, and we are back to baseline. Falling again. Toastrider can't figure out how to get through these turbines. JMillGaming, though, the wooden block. What's his play? What's the play here? What is the... Okay. Interesting strats.
That is a backup if I've ever seen. Oh, and barely missing the other. Gonna have to go the alternate route.
Man, Toastrider is struggling so much. He could have made up so much time, but JMillGaming also struggling in Rainbow Ride. This is the struggle, gentlemen and ladies.
It's gonna take something really major, like him missing Stomp on the Thwomp or something else just huge like that in order for JMill to really be still in this today.
Yeah, at this point, it's really looking good for Toast. I actually did see Toast eat it. And there it is! He ate it again! The invisible wall, I was just gonna say. Toastrider falling all the way down in TikTok clock. Taking some big damage. He needs to go all the way up the clock again. And the camera not playing nice.
Meanwhile, if JMill successfully pulls this off, he will be leaving Reset Ride, taking it very slowly and carefully. Commentator also not able to come up with a more creative name than every runner split name for Rainbow Ride.
Yeah, Reset Ride, you know, pretty commonly known. Toastrider, get it in there. But, you know, co-commentator still able to bring up some interesting things such as bobbling. So we'll give him a pass.
We see at least Toastrider's getting a pretty nice roll into the cage, followed by the get a hand. And he'll be going into bits now. We'll see if JMill can make up any of that lost time, but barring a huge mistake on bits or just huge mistakes on the Bowser throws, JMill doing the kick just to land back where he was. I think he must have really liked that block. Couldn't just say goodbye yet.
Yeah, despite all those mistakes we saw on Toast and falling all the way down, having to go all the way back up, still a pretty convincing lead. Whoa, that was some weird business going on there.
Toastrider going for that triple jump dive despite being so far in the lead. We've actually seen that cost a player his lead before in this tournament. Ooh, and it looks like he's going for right side on that triple jump, and he gets it!
Beautiful
wow.
Execution. It can't be understated. Right side moving is basically a Hail Mary Goomba in the house. May have been paid off by JMillGaming, but attack failing. Hopefully JMillGaming might want to get a refund. And here we are, in the sky. JMillGaming versus toastrider. toastrider looking to take game 1, but it is a best of 3. Well, we'll see if he's really got it.
Ooh, and toastrider
Okay.
missing that first throw. This is the type of stuff JMill needs. JMill heading into bits himself. Barring a death on Bowser here, I'm not exactly sure JMill can catch quite up, but with that first throw, it's definitely lessened the gap at least a little. 2 clean throws following, it really comes down to this third throw.
Winding it up, and that is another missed one. JMillGaming moving out in sky. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, now I know.
That's a definite hit there. Those hitboxes are pretty gargantuan, honestly. And toastrider is going to take game 1 with a convincing 31 mid-30.
Yeah, mid-31 from Toast, not too shabby. I'm pretty sure his PB is a low 31 or a high 30, so pretty good for Toast. JMillGaming trying to get the triple jump. Wall kick. Oh!
Ooh, and just can't even get that left side.
Yep.
Taking the long pause, going ahead and just resetting. He knows the game is won, and he's already moved on to game 2.
Yep, realizing it, and we are definitely going to be moving on to game 2 here. JMillGaming, I forgot to mention, representing Blue Esports here tonight. Craigasm. Did I just hear? Did I just hear Vape God? Is that a Vape God?
I cannot confirm or deny this as occurrence.
Okay, well, co-commentator, Vape God, you heard it here first, everyone. Commentator jumping to assumptions, knows what he heard, has ears the same caliber of an elephant's memory. Pretty good.
That's definitely pretty sizable. Now, if you're JMill right now, I mean, where would you be at headspace-wise? What would be going through your head? And really, what do you think he really needs to do to recenter himself and just get this best of 3 to go in his favor?
I think it really hurts to have, you know, I mean, I'm not sure if he's watching or not, but it hurts to have pretty solid execution for most of the run and then near the end kind of lose it. So he really just needs to take a deep breath. That's always my first advice for anybody. Take a deep breath, take a step back, realize what's going on, realize, you know, it's a best of 3. You can still clap back, and just get back in there. Focus. Don't think about it. Don't be like, I'm gonna, you know, it didn't go good last game. It's not gonna go good this game. You basically need a clear mind. So I'm hoping that JMillGaming opts to clear his head a bit for this game 2. They are taking a short break. And JMillGaming now ready. toastrider now ready. It's game 2 time. I am ready. Are you ready, Electric, for game 2?
Aye, Captain. Which is a response apparently eliciting keyboard slams from Simply.
Indeed it is. We do have the race counted down. Arg mateys, are you ready for some treasure? Was that a good pirate accent, or do you think I should maybe go back to the workshop? JMillGaming again, missing leg to skip.
The exact same way with that same ledge grab. Let's see if he at least doesn't get the ground pound this time.
That'd be wild if he ground pounded again. Thankfully, no ground pound. Really worried about that one, but it's all good in the hood, as they say. And yeah, toastrider again, starting off with a cozy lead. And I don't know, I'm a little bit scared now because I feel like that game was a bit of a de-rust maybe for Toast, getting back in the swing of things a bit. He has been playing, but that might have been his first run of the day, you know, so now he's really in the zone. We'll see how Womps goes. Did give him a bit of trouble last game.
I really do think that cannonless miss frazzled him for a bit, but later on in the run, he seemed to have definitely recovered that mojo. And meanwhile, JMill, it seemed like the opposite happened. It seemed like he recovered well from Lakitu skip, but then once the mistakes started piling up, especially in Snowman's Land, it just kind of all ended there. I really do think Snowman's Land is kind of where JMill really lost.
Yeah, it was quite a mess. JMillGaming not grabbing the tree. Oh, goodness gracious. This is a rough start. Okay.
Meanwhile, it seems toastrider has figured out what exactly he missed in Sockfolder's setup and gets it right this time. JMill missing the ground pound on the blue coins. That's going to cost him.
Yeah, that might actually cost him a whole cycle. JMillGaming really taking his time getting this going, but toastrider as well, getting caught on the slope there, will also be missing a cycle. And we got Mutilated Puppet with a sub. Can we see some clocks? Can we see some dabs? Welcome to the clock gang.
Meanwhile, JMill going for his cannonless now.
toastrider flexing with that triple jump dive movement. Beautiful cannonless from JMillGaming. So you're JMillGaming, you're down one game, and your Womp's Fortress is not going good. What do, Electric?
I really think at a point you have to just cut your losses, do the best you can, and like you were saying earlier, just really try to reset your brain. And I mean, I think this is where JMill's route maybe has a bit of an edge, because right after this, he's going right into Secret Slide. Pretty standard stuff. You know, once you get the 12-second strats down, it's really hard to mess up so badly that you lose a lot of time there. So I think Secret Slide will give him a nice little chance to recenter, take a few deep breaths, maybe go grab a glass of water while he controls with one hand.
Yeah, a glass of water, never a bad idea. As the hydrated bot would say, you got to stay hydrated. JMillGaming getting caught there by the whatever those are. Those big boys that come out of the wall.
I wonder if they're like Womp children or something. They haven't quite separated from their mother yet. They're trying.
Are you so co-commentator with the somewhat, out there assumption that Womp's Fortress is actually Mama Womp? And the babies are just bouncing in and out. They're bobbling.
I mean, they never do specify the gender of the Womps, and the way that they go, I'm definitely a little bit thinking that they're male. And I mean, if they're all male, what does a female Womp look like?
Asking the questions, the hard-hitting questions here, I couldn't tell you. Might need to start up the fanfic. We did get Bowsette, so maybe we can get Wompette. Might be the next level.
That is definitely a possibility. You DeviantArt fans out there, love to see what you could do with a Wompette.
Man, I forgot about DeviantArt, but I didn't forget about toastrider in the Dark World, making the moves he needs to make. Again, opting for this route, taking care of Dark World earlier. How do you feel about Dark World first versus, Slide, Wing Cap, then Dark World? What are your thoughts?
I think if I were running this category, I would actually vary my route based upon how Wumps went. With the Wumps that JMill got, I think Secret Slide is a good decision, even though it's standard in his route. But if I were really feeling myself in Wumps, I'd definitely go straight to Dark World. But if I just weren't, I mean, going into Dark World anxious is a recipe for disaster, just like JMill missing both of the twins. Gonna have to go back for both of them, not even just picking up one, just saying, nope, stay together. I mean, I guess I can admire the friendship value there, but man, JMill.
Yeah, nothing is really going his way. You bring up a good point about how if things are not going that well, maybe do Princess Peach Slide and Wing Cap to get your head back into it, some more simpler stars, but not working that well for JMillGaming. And if he keeps making these little mistakes, they're going to add up very quickly, especially against a player of toastrider's caliber.
No doubt about that. Going into his own Dark World. Ooh, and missing the switch at the start. This is not a good sign. Let's hope that mistake is enough to recenter him to not make any more severe ones. Meanwhile, toastrider entering CCM Slide. Let's see if he can pull off a nice slide yet again. And just generally a nice, cool mountain.
Yeah, like we said in Game 1, Cool Mountain, kind of the first really non-stop stage. You really get to see who's been practicing their non-stop stars, their non-stop routes. Who's in there? Who's in it to win it?
And it looks like JMill still managing to pull a Shig cycle despite that little bobble at the beginning, pulling out the new and commonly accepted words in co-commentary. Ooh,
Yeah.
and missing that wall kick. Gonna have to go for the stairless setup.
I think that
That's
actually was a normal cycle, but, you know, close enough. We can say Shig cycle. That'll play. That'll play.
Commentator definitely needs to review his cycle charts.
Get your cycle chart today. Wow, that movement from Toast Rider, that side flip dive. I don't think I've seen that side flip dive yet. Toast Rider busting out all new moves, evolving as the race goes on. Turning.
Just beautiful execution. Going from missing the triple jump dive to that. Wow.
Yeah,
What a transition.
basically going Super Saiyan. We are no longer seeing Toast Rider. We are seeing Loaf Rider. And he is
No
accelerating.
doubt about that. And wall kicks did seem to work for him as he exits Cool Cool Mountain.
Man.
Meanwhile, man.
Toast Rider's just killing it, man. That's all I'm saying. He's popping off. He's dabbing on him. Speedrun dab. Speaking of dabs, we got some dabs in the chat.
Beautiful to see. Absolutely beautiful to see. Toast Rider entering BBH as JMill starts his CCM.
Yeah, it looks like Toast Rider's leaving him in the dust, and I mean, he kind of is, but it is also hard to evaluate because Toast is doing a slightly different route. So we won't really know until, I don't know, you honestly don't know until after they go back to basement. JMillGaming missing all those coins. I don't know how much that hurts in Nonstop. I don't know if he's going to have to pick up some extras.
I definitely think he's going to. That was a sizable number, probably a good 5 or 6 coins right there. Gonna have to probably break open a box, find an extra blue, just something.
Yeah, might see him take out a spin drift. Because at the end of the 100, you typically have, I think, 2 extra coins. So as long as he can just get 2 more, I think he's good. And that's what he's looking for.
Definitely. Maybe, I'm really not sure what he'll go for. Definitely is going to require a big knowledge of how exactly the coin route in this stage goes. Missing that penguin grab. That's okay. He goes ahead and gets the slide down pat.
Easy money. Toast Rider entering the arena that we also like to call basement. Beautiful Mips grab. This is his domain. You know, not even give the bunny a chance as soon as he enters the area. Immediately. No mercy. And as I suspected, JMill going for the spin drift to get those 3 coins. Cost him some extra time.
Definitely not the worst that could happen, though. I will definitely say that. And manages to pull it off with a cool exact 100. Toast Rider getting that nice little log rolling star with that wing cap. Definitely nice that these guys are able to avoid the triple jump wall kick strat. But that burn is going to cost him a little bit of speed there. Not able to do that fast exit off of that bridge.
Yeah, again, Toast Rider having some slight hurdles in Lethal Lava Land. Figuring his life out. Discovering who he wants to be. What kind of family he wants. What kind of future he's dreaming of. What do you think he's dreaming of, Electric? What does he want?
You know, I'm honestly going to have to go with a little bit of a more existential route. I mean, if I have to go with what he's wanting, I think he's really just wanting a clean run, wanting to truly understand those bullies. I think Toast Rider is the kind of guy that's going to look at a bully like that and not say, you're a jerk, but say, who hurt you? And that's what really matters here.
Wow. But the ground pound. Not where you want a ground pound.
He's taking too much introspection there, wondering too much if the digital man that lives in the digital world is made of failing lava boost.
Yikes. That is rough. Okay. He's back up there. A little bit of time lost. Nice recovery, but yeah, I think Toast Rider spending too much time dwelling on the future when really all you have is the present. The time is now. The power of now.
Exactly. You know, I definitely feel like I've heard that in a motivational speech somewhere, but I'll let it slide.
Well, there's a book called The Power of Now. But I'm sure somebody has said the time is now. I feel like that's a pretty solid way to supplement a motivational speech. Just throw it in there. Should add some sauce.
But really, if you start thinking about those words, it really sounds like the response if you just do not know what time it is. What time is it? Now?
The time is now, Electric. What are you going to do about it? Oh, slam dunk by the... Okay.
Oh! Oh! Taking a death in HMC to the boulders! I cannot believe this RNG right now. He did not watch for those rolling rocks. Just losing all of his A presses there. toastrider, oh man, this may be what JMill needs to be competitive in this game too.
Yeah, was that JMillGaming throwing those boulders down there? That was 3 in a row, rolling right on toastrider's poor face, flattening him. That bread is no good. Couldn't even save it with some butter. Or some cheese.
No, sirree.
Actually, you could probably... I feel like flat bread, you could change... You could... I think some cheese would help that out. And keeping the camera angle... Okay.
Falling into that pit.
Yeah, he's losing his mind out here. toastrider had it together for a while, but it seems to have all cracked open, and it is leaking out of his brain. All the information...
I missed in the star grab too, but at least he did not fall off the island this time. Let's see if he can...
Okay.
And he does get the button press. That is definitely helpful for him. Gonna save a few seconds on having to do that wall kick.
That is very nice. Yeah,
He's
Toast,
out of it.
for a second, looking like SpongeBob in the episode where he forgets about everything except fine dining and breathing. Except toastrider forgetting about everything except breathing. It appears. I don't know what else, but from what I can see...
If even that, I mean, we don't have any connection to his microphone, so we do not know whether or not toastrider's breathing.
Yeah, might have literally turned into a sponge. We would have no way of knowing. But it appears that he's back in business. JMillGaming, taking care of these bullies.
Ooh, having a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Could not get the triple kick, unfortunately.
So, last race, we saw them entering Dar Docks at around the same time, and it really looked like JMillGaming had the lead at this point. But obviously, right now, toastrider commanding, despite a few mistakes, the death in Hazy Maze Cave, getting literally rolled by the boulders, bouncing back.
For sure. I definitely think that kind of gave him a little bit of an opportunity to... I mean, you know, I'm not sure if I were toastrider, if I would be mad at those boulders or just laugh at it, because that is an absurd death right there.
Yeah, that was nuts. I don't think I may have seen that once before, but that is kind of a yikes. It's kind of
outlier.
It's a little bit of a, if you will.
I can definitely agree with that.
What the toastrider looking around for the star, but nowhere to be found, and he found it.
And it actually looks like at this point, JMill is just barely behind, because remember, he does have the sky jump star, which toastrider does not.
That is true. toastrider having to take care of that backup, or making up for it, I guess, with the chest star. But it is still Shifting Sandland versus Hazy Maze Cave at this point.
JMill is definitely going to have to execute a lot better on HMC if he's going to want to move on to a Game 3 today.
Okay. Boom. All right, we are at the front of the sub. toastrider overshooting it. What? Oh! Trying so...
Eating that lag from that bonk.
Yeah. That was actually really interesting. So when you see players overshoot, when they go a little bit to the left like that, it typically means they have to basically re-straighten themselves. So basically turn all the way around or put themselves back in the front of the sub. But toastrider, I've never seen someone go for that. And that might be why, because that did not work. But, you know, it's fun to see backup. Or an attempted backup.
Sure. We see them both going into fire seat. Let's see if it can go a bit better for at least one of them. You know, I definitely think JMill was closer to getting early Ellies, so we'll see if he manages to learn from his mistakes last time and clean it up just enough to go ahead and make that cycle.
Yeah, neither of them landing the cycle last game, but both of them looking pretty good for a Lava Boost early Ellie situation. JMill a little low on the pole. toastrider teleporting around.
JMill just cannot seem to get a great jump in that elevator.
Yeah.
But Looks like he's still making a decent LE cycle, so.
Yep. Oh, that triple jump, a little questionable. It's fine. toastrider grabbing lava boost early LEs, though, that will be netting him some good time save.
Meanwhile, JMill going ahead and taking the burn there. I really don't think that's avoidable at a point. When you've got the lava just rising like that, and especially after grabbing that red during the flame, it's really hard to avoid getting a burn there.
Yeah, there's quite a hefty amount of lava there. Nintendo is like, okay, lava there. Let's put some lava there. Let's put a flame shooter there. Let's put a shocker ball flying around. It's really a death trap.
Hey, Shigeru, you know what would be really good? What? If we made a second lava pool above the first one. You're a genius.
Oh, toastrider missing the throw. That is a throw that you do not want to be missing. By far the worst throw to miss in the game. Taking a lot of extra time. Bowser's big, hefty butt having to flop the platform around. That is really good for JMill. Looking like he's in the lead, but is down a star. I think this is actually getting quite close at this point. toastrider, it's kind of an opposite situation. He had a really strong beginning and has been kind of having a weak middle thus far, whereas game one is kind of a weak beginning, but then sort of came back. Why do you think that? What do you think about that, Electric?
I think that's a solid assessment, and I really wonder why that is. I mean, there's so much in this game that has to do with mentality that it's really hard to get in these players' heads and figure out what's going through at any given point in the run. But, you know, I think JMill kind of realizes if he wants there to be a game 3, he needed to step up his game, and he did it very handily. Let's see if he's able to continue that momentum through this wet, dry world, which, remember, did give him a little bit of trouble, that Zapper in particular, which he does manage to avoid this time, albeit through waiting just a tad, but waiting for half a second to avoid a 3-second time loss, I think, is definitely worth it.
Oh, and that beautiful triple jump dive. JMillGaming getting his head in the game for some JMillGaming, representing Blue Esports.
Blue Esports definitely in the green right now, unlike the previous run.
That's a good way to put it. Really coming through, showing that Blue Esports is something that you shouldn't mess with. They will speed up. They will go hard.
Outrun you.
Yes, indeed. Oh, the situation is critical. It is a code red. I repeat, it is a code red. toastrider, that's the decision to make. Ledge grabbed that fence, fell down, and so he was not able. He's not going to be able to go and grab the star and make the star in time. So deciding to get the star and then going to the other star, it now almost certainly is JMillGaming in the lead.
No doubt about that. And although that's really the best way you want to handle that situation, it's a situation you don't want to find yourself in. With how tight that elevator cycle is, I mean, if you mess up that route, it doesn't really forgive you at all, as we've seen here on toastrider's stream, which it appears has turned into a little bit of a still image.
Yeah, toastrider getting caught on his PowerPoint presentation. It was running pretty smoothly, but we might actually be witnessing a stream cut. Now, toastrider's stream has cut out before. His internet probably not the best, so might very well be down. Might have to, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Meanwhile, Mario hanging his head in shame. What do you think Mario's thinking in that picture? Everyone says a picture says 1,000 words. What's this one say?
I'm not sure if this one's quite 1,000 words, but he's definitely upset about the boulders. Feels bad about that one. Upset that he couldn't please toastrider by getting the ledge grab. And now we've got the double E boys. toastrider stream down. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's see if we can get him back on the air. Might be cut out for a little bit here. JMillGaming, though, doing his best. Didn't seem to have any mistakes here in Tiny Huge Island from what I saw. What you see anything?
No, not at all. It was definitely really solid movement. Maybe a couple of small quirks here and there. I did notice he had to go back for a star regrab on the secret star, but definitely not a huge time loss at all, especially when compared to his last performance on this stage.
Now having a nice talk with the Toad. it is worth noting, JMillGaming did mention in the Discord that he's not a big fan of the end of the run. And so that actually could be a part of why the end of the run wasn't so smooth for him last game. It could all be in his head. Maybe he's got really good execution in practice, but in a run he's like, oh man, I don't know if I can keep this going. So while he may have the lead right now, we definitely saw a stronger finish from toastrider in game 1. And again, JMill getting caught there and now kicking up the slope. This is not how you want to be going into the end of the game, making mistakes.
But at least he did not fall down the slope this time. That's definitely something to... Oh! But he falls down the mountain instead!
Yeah, speak of the devil.
Fully in operation today.
Engaged. And that is quite a bit of time loss. I wouldn't be surprised if when we get toastrider back in the building, stream turned back on, that he might actually be in the lead. Some decent time loss here from JMillGaming. Quite unfortunate.
Ooh, and it looks like he's going to be
taking JMillGaming. Oh, and just as everything was going his way here in Tall Mountain, JMillGaming. Oh.
It's really interesting to me how neither of the runners took a death in game 1, and both of them have already died before even hitting the revisit in the basement. So Tippy is probably going to be very interesting. JMill having a little bit of trouble with that box grab, but he gets it in the end.
Okay.
Oh, hitting that invis wall. I don't know if that's a very interesting invis wall right there.
And we still have no stream for Toasty Boy. JMillGaming working through Tall Mountain. All right, and it appears as though toastrider is, in fact, back in the house, ladies and gentlemen. It feels good to be back. Well, almost. Almost back.
Co-commentator speaking slightly too soon, potentially jinxing the return, but that's okay. JMill finishing up TTM. There's definitely plenty to be watching. And it looks like we're seeing toastrider, because of that mistake from JMill, is just about realigned. So we've really got a race on our hands, folks. Less than 10 minutes remaining in this game, and really there's no clear-cut leader, no clear-cut winner at this point. It's anybody's game. But it really is going to depend on JMill doing better. And he gets the snowman's head landing first try. He definitely learned from his mistakes last time around.
But he's having a hard time getting over this hump. It just goes for the long jump. Does not want to deal with that slope any longer. But that... Okay, what's the play? Oh, okay. The navigation.
Very nice backup there. Although that looks like it gave toastrider the advantage, at least within the stage. Like we did point out earlier, though, toastrider going back for SSL while JMill going for HMC. But... man, I really don't know who to be calling for at this point. They're a lot closer than they were in game 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, JMill turning back around. Oh, okay. Rides with the bully out onto the ice. Shows him that it's not damaging when you have a shell. But bully, unfortunately, did not have a shell, going to burn alive in the ice. A little violent, but this is reality, folks.
Now, is it burn alive, or does he just, reconjoin with his icy brethren? Because it is just an ice pool.
Yeah,
while commentators philosophizing, JMill missing this strat just multiple times. Definitely a difficult thing to get into that igloo or ice cube, however you want to consider it.
All right, this is where we face the music. This is where we find out what is really real. toastrider with a nice bonk before he gets into shifting sandland. So, I do believe Hazy Maze Cave is a little bit quicker, if not around the same speed. So we'll see what ends up happening here. I do think that Hazy Maze Cave is more difficult though than shifting sandland in Nonstop.
That's definitely true. You don't really see a whole... I mean, the things that you see in, like, say, 120 star, like Bomb Clip and some of the other, just like the SSL 100 route, you don't have to deal with those in Nonstop. So SSL definitely a lot easier if you've been dealing with SSL in other categories in the past. But HMC, you've still got that triple box jump. You've still got Christmas Miracle. You've got a lot of tricks that require a lot of precision. So if you can execute it well, it'll play to your advantage. But if you mess it up, it's definitely going to cost you.
You know, I'm actually thinking that Shifting Sandland might be faster than Hazy Maze Cave. Especially depending on the strats.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think you're correct on that, because if you recall, Toast Rider was a star up, so I believe that they get one less star in SSL. Might just be the routing that slightly costs him, but it definitely wouldn't be than a few seconds if that.
Yeah, I think it's the Toad. In fact, I'm almost certain that it is the Toad. Got to talk to that Toad when you go to Hazy Maze Cave. It does take some extra time. Toast Rider in the lead. They are now synced up in the sense that they are exactly tied in their routing. Toast Rider, though, with a pretty sizable lead. Can he keep it, though? Is the next question naturally asked.
At this point, if you're Toast Rider, you're definitely feeling a lot of pressure, especially based on your performance last game. There's definitely a lot of things that could have gone a lot better for Toast Rider. So, I mean, if I were him, a lot of those mistakes would still be on my mind, ultimately. But we're seeing overall great execution from both of these guys. No mistakes on the maze from Toast Rider, and none from JMill either. Toast Rider with a clean cruiser crossing. And going for that swag strat again, but this time without the bonk.
Yeah, very interesting choice from Toast Rider. Maneuvering with precision and finesse through Rainbow Ride, making it look easy, making it look sexy at the same time.
Definitely making it look good. But let's see if he can finish making it look good.
There it is.
Very nice execution there. JMill simply having to match at this point for any hope to move this on to a game 3. Now, Toast Rider's going into the big boy now.
This is the big boy right here. The biggest boy of them all. TikTok clock. A lot of action. We did see it give Toast Rider some trouble last game. But we'll see if he's learned from his mistakes. Camera, a little strange on JMill's side. But also with a pretty nice Rainbow Ride. And Toast Rider right away dying in TikTok clock. Might have entered in at the wrong time. That is my theory.
I'd have to agree with that. That does definitely looked intentional, but definitely still cost him some time.
What?
JMill taking a death on Rainbow Ride due to a burn.
Why?
Right before getting the final star.
He just steered right off that. I don't know what he was thinking. JMillGaming dying before grabbing that star. Nailing his own coffin. I didn't know that was possible. Somehow sticking his arm outside, grabbing the hammer, grabbing the nail, and smashing it into the coffin.
Just relentlessly, just whacking at it. Half the shots are missing, but nail still going in nonetheless. Toast Rider, meanwhile, definitely seems to have learned from his mistakes. Maybe he just wanted to get his one death out of the way early in TikTok clock. But JMill going ahead and finishing up. Now, honestly, if I were JMill, I would have really considered going for TTC 100 instead. Definitely think that may have saved him a little bit of time over going back into Rainbow Ride, but ultimately, you can't change what he's done, and now he's going to be joining Toast Rider in TikTok clock, but unfortunately, he's 2 stars and a minute and a half or so maybe behind.
Boom. Oh, and JMill entering TikTok clock. Extended pause. Not happy with that at all. And Toast Rider is looking to seal this thing with a convincing 2-0 over JMillGaming of Blue Esports. What do you think, Electric? How have you felt about this match and the players in general?
You know, I definitely think it's prophetic that JMill said that he hates late game, because we can really, really see why here. It's definitely not his strong suit. Getting that pole grab there instead of... Oh, and getting it again. He just loves that pole.
Yeah, looking like a stripper out here. Might need to change to be... Might be already thinking about his future career choices as, you know... Still, though, coming fourth in the tournament, not too shabby, but might not be enough to pay the bills. Could be thinking of the side hustle.
Definitely did not get the memo of the family-friendly stream there, going ahead and giving us a little pole love, and also taking that little bit of a fall there, but not much of a time loss, if any. Meanwhile, Toast Rider having a very clean Bowser in the sky. Really, it'd take a death to Bowser, and then some just absurd thing where he ends up falling off the course for JMill to have any real chance of catching up in this race.
Yeah, something nuts, and that's a first throw. 2 more needed. It's looking like he's almost on PB pace, if not very close. toastrider bringing it here in game 2 and bringing it to a close as well. Winding up, boom.
And that is gonna do it. toastrider is our official bronze medal winner of this Nonstop 70-star tournament with a very convincing 2-0 lead over JMillGaming. JMill securing 4th place. Both of these guys, I mean, they've come so far to get to this point in the tournament, and just honestly, despite their mistakes, it's been a great showing from both of them, really.
Yeah, not too much to say, but I do have something to present. Thunderous
Very quality
applause.
soundboard.
Yeah, very high quality here. Definitely, you know, bringing the production level to the next level for GSA. And we'll see if we can get these players in for a little interview action.
Meanwhile, JMill going through his own Bowser in the Sky. Let's see if he at least gets some clean execution here to cap off this run.
Yeah, moving on along. toastrider might not come in. Didn't come in for the pre-interview. Apparently is in a very loud environment, which is kind of shocking, you know, being able to provide this gameplay considering he's in perhaps a distracting environment.
And JMill missing left side again. It just seems he cannot get that wall kick there. So go in his favor. And we are now joined by toastrider, who has just sealed his bronze placement in the non.
What up, toastrider? Oh, what the? Hold on, I can't hear you guys. All right, we're fixed. Okay, go. Sorry about that.
Okay.
After that gameplay.
Should I say something?
Yes.
Oh, what the? Hold on, I can't hear you guys.
So you just capped off that bronze performance. How are you feeling right now? What's going through your head?
I don't know. I was hoping to not play so badly, but that's okay.
Now, we were discussing on the stream, what is your PB for Nonstop at the moment?
I don't know. Something I got last race probably.
We were curious as to whether or not this was actually a personal best. We thought it was either a high 30, low 31, so not quite
Yeah,
sure there,
well,
but
I don't know. Pretty irrelevant since I lost like 10 years in all of them.
toastrider cannot be pleased with his gameplay, but despite it all, taking it over JMillGaming here in the bronze match with a 2-0, and thus putting him and solidifying him, concreting him, if that is a word even, in the 3rd place spot for Nonstop 70. How do you feel about that, Toast? Coming into this tournament, did you think you could win it all?
Yeah, but I guess I should have practiced a bit more. Oh well.
And JMillGaming
That's all right,
landing.
though.
Yeah, no, still coming out, still doing your thing. JMillGaming, landing the 4th place spot. Kind of sounded like you were expecting it. How are you feeling coming out on the other side of that? Do you think you could have won?
I'm good. I was just going for a PB. Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I was just going for a PB
Okay.
because I know I couldn't win, so I was just going for a 31, and I was on pace for 30 both runs until the end game. First run was SSL, second run was TTM, and then SL, and then second run was TTM, then SL, then HMC, then Rainbow Ride, then PTC, and yeah. Everything just goes downhill so fast in Nonstop 70.
Yeah. Man, that first run I lost like a minute in Womps because I don't know if you were wondering what I was doing, because I started climbing back up Womps and then I like paused. I was actually checking my red coins because I thought I didn't get the star, but I actually did, and then I had to check to see if I had 8. It was because I missed Cannonless at the start, and then that threw me off. I was going to get it later, but then I decided not to, and then I didn't realize that would also make me miss the 8 coins, and then at the end I was like, why am I a star short? I forgot I got Cannonless, or didn't get it. So that was just a I was completely brain dead at that point.
Yep, sounds about right. You know, you do play Mario, so you probably have to be brain dead in the first place, so that's about understandable.
Yeah, while I was in Rainbow Ride, I was literally just waiting on Toast to type done so I could just not care. I was just waiting. I was like, please just type done.
Yeah, that...
Sorry for taking so long.
Oh, man, the Tall Mountain was rough. I feel like going into that, you actually had the lead. Like, you were making it happen, and then, you know, it just kind of
Yeah,
backfired.
I had a great run. Like, I was only 5 seconds behind my PB. Probably about 10 seconds off my summer best. And it just all went downhill real fast. So, I mean, I was low 30 pace, which kind of sucks, but TTM is something else, especially in this category. Going off that slide down the mountain to the mushroom, that invisible wall gets me like 90% of the time, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a hard one to avoid.
I think the way I do it, I can avoid it most of the time. But I think most people slide off the top of the mountain. Although I didn't avoid falling down twice and losing like 40 seconds, so that's a different story, I guess.
Yeah, I think I lost probably like 4 minutes all to the end. And like from TTM this run on, I've lost about 4 minutes.
My start of this run was actually pretty good, and then I had like some of the worst boulder RNG I've ever seen.
That was a joke.
Three
I forgot
boulders
about that.
Like,
Yeah, mine was the opposite.
in a
Like
on the left side.
the second race here was just so bad for me. Like out the gate, everything went wrong.
Yeah, that was
Now,
my first race.
Now, toastrider, what was your reaction to that boulder RNG? Because I mean, we were sitting here like he's either mad or laughing. There's no in between there.
I mean, maybe I was a little bit in between. I'm just kind of shocked. I don't think I've ever seen it like that. Like 3 in a row, all the way on the left wall. That's like kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I guess that was this race's that's never happened before.
I suppose so.
There's always one. Well,
3
GG's.
invisible walls and run one race.
Yeah, you got kind of slapped by those invisible walls. You gotta get
everywhere, dude.
you gotta get your anti-invisible wall goggles on, so you can see
definitely
those.
definitely need to put in the Game Shark codes to make invisible walls go away.
Wait, that's a code?
I can make it one, I guess.
Wow.
Or I need to, one of the two.
JMillGaming here talking about
Yeah,
perhaps
there
some
it is.
some cheating technology might opt to deploy it in a future match. You never know. Commentator assuming negative things about JMillGaming. JMillGaming probably not too happy about that. But commentator going off. GG's, gentlemen, is there anything you wanted to add, Electric, before we cut these boys loose?
I can't really think of anything. Just wanted to tell both of you had great runs, and it was really just great to watch more than anything. And definitely y'all put on a show, especially with that second game. It was a close race for a while there.
Yeah, it just all fell apart. I didn't know what was happening.
Kind of same, but not as much.
I just plus I'm just ready to go to bed at this point. Like I didn't even plan to take that nap before the race. I just kind of fell asleep in my chair. I was like, oh crap. I was like, oh, I got like 10 minutes for this race, so that you could tell I was definitely sleep deprived when I decided I wanted to go back in the basement instead of DDD. Definitely had no idea where I was.
I felt the same way in my WOMs when I was like literally lost. I was legit about to search the entire level for a red coin that I missed, and I thought to press start and check.
Oof.
Just forgot I got the star and missed Cannonless.
Oh Lord. There's just one last thing I need to say here,
Yeah.
and that is
Okay.
Vape Nation boys, love you.
Vape Nation.
Vape
Shout
Nation. I
outs.
saw people typing in chat.
Yeah, it's because Electric was sucking on his seed over there, hitting the vape as well. They're fun, dude. My roommate has one. That's a good time. Shoutouts to Vape Nation. Shoutouts to vaporizers in general. You know,
Electronic vaporizers are definitely the way to go. Just don't let them blow up in your face, and you'll be Gucci gang.
Gucci gang. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for the race. Thank you, Electric, for the slammin' co-commentary. It was a pleasure, and have a good night, y'all.
And you as well, Simply. Always a pleasure to co-commentate with you. And to our runners, just one last time, great show. And to everyone that watched, thank you so much for watching. And this concludes our Nonstop 70-star tournament. Definitely keep up with GSA. We're going to be having a standard 70-star tournament in the near future, so stay tuned for that.
Yes, indeed. And the matches never stop. There is more action. I believe there might be some Mario Kart Double Dash going on tomorrow, if not Friday. So check out the schedule. And it'll be happening. So thank you very much, and have a good night. Bye-bye.
Love you, Lunar. Love you, TK.